Hey, what's up everybody? How's it going? Welcome back, guys. I'm super quiet and super chill today. We are going to be doing this super late night recording and I got people sleeping in my house, so bear with me. Today we're going to be diving into the Creator Academy. I know it's been a while since we've done one of these, but I actually finally created the level talking about indicators. So today in this episode, we're going to be talking about how to use indicators, proper communication with the players that you're aiming to create a course for, or that you expect to play your course, and what they look like and under what situations we can find them. This course, we're actually missing a couple indicators, so I'm going to cover those in a separate level in the course creator. First of all, I'm going to talk to you about the indicators. I'm going to talk to you about the course I created, and I'm going to show you what the clear looks like in case you guys are interested in trying this. So let's just kind of dive into it. So the course ID for today's lesson is 9JSF2RWJG. Let's go. Let's actually go into the maker first for it. Okay, so this is the level here. Communication is key in relationships, especially from creator to player. Okay, so let's kind of look at this here. So we're just going to start the level off, and I'm going to talk about the indicators involved here. So at the top of the level, we have these tracks with open ends on them, and tracks with open ends are kind of illustrating you to do something with that open end. So if you're holding something in your hands, it expects you to drop that at that point in the air. So if you would be holding a shell, you would jump and drop it in the indicator down. That's the open frame is the direction, or this frame here, you would throw it upwards. Can actually illustrate that here real quick. So just to illustrate, I've used, I put a shell here, or a shellmet. So that would be like the indicator to drop it at that point. This, you can see these for springs, you can see them for shells or POWs or P-switches. You know, this, you would see this indicate a POW drop indicator to show you when to put a POW, or when to drop your POW for a successful POW drop. Also, you can see it with throwing upwards. And as you might imagine with this indicator setup here, the left and right would mean throw the shell at that point for a successful whatever. It could be used to throw a shell down the line to hit a POW block or an on-off switch, or for a shell jump. We use them in this course. I tried to use most of the indicators through this course, so you guys will get a little bit of a explanation as to how they actually look in real practice. So we're gonna move on, and we're gonna see these coins. So coins are like a notorious indicator. They could be used for literally anything. Sometimes it means you want to be at this point, or you want to, a point of interest is here. You may want to bounce on this enemy. You know, there's so many different ways to use it. And then right beside it, we have we have two coins stacked on top of each other. So that would indicate, if this was like above an enemy, it would indicate you're supposed to bounce twice on them. Sometimes there might be a stack of two enemies, or it might be an enemy stacked on top of another enemy for you to grab the shell on the second bounce. So you're going to see these kind of indicators a lot. You'll also see coins later on. I use a coin trail, which is like a follow the coins kind of thing. I try and stay away from coin trails because collecting coin sounds can be pretty obnoxious after you collect, like, I don't know, 50 or 60 in a row. So I try and stay away from using too many coin trails. But it's still just another way to use them. Moving forward, we see the Z-spin trigger. So this is basically just telling you to use your Z-spin. And if you don't know what that is, on the back of your controller, these shoulder buttons are called the ZR and the ZL. ZR for right, ZL for left. Doesn't matter which Z you use, but it's used for that. So these arrows, again, they're kind of like the coins. You can use them in almost any kind of circumstance. A down arrow might tell you to duck or to put a shellmet on. Up arrows could be for throwing or any kind of like point of interest. So, you know, don't be afraid to use them. They don't work well with semi-solids, but other than that, you know, use them. Communication is a really important part of creating. I feel that communication is a huge part of building a level. Not that every level needs obtuse amounts of instruction or communication, but you know, sometimes it helps, right? Over here we have the whole block. So like the whole track blocked in. Whole tracks blocked in typically denote that a hidden block is in this area. Now we see hidden blocks all over the place, and people hide blocks for other reasons or whatever, but in beginner Kaizo or beginner like platforming levels that use a lot more advanced platforming, they will highlight these boxes to show you where you need to avoid. Some people don't, some people do. I think it's cool to show you, but again, level creator discretion. There is no real wrong way to create a level. I kind of want to get that across, but I do believe that communication is huge. Over here, we have the snake block indicator. So this is just an indicator to show you where the snake block is going, kind of on its little path. This can help communicate to you so you're not just like, again, a lot of people like to troll you with that, but we're talking about communication that is like healthy communication, so you're not trying to troll the player. So this will tell you the path of the snake, so you know which way, when to expect a turn or something. I was told that this indicator here is kind of a popular indicator right now. And what it does is it will tell you that a Podobo, I put it on the track, but people will use it in this instance here to show you that a Podobo is coming up and coming down at this point. Just so you know, you're not blindly walking in, oops. So that's another one. And then as we go back off to the very far right here, we have the famous coin trail. So this would mean jump with the coin trail, follow the coin trail, verbatim. Now there's two other indicators I didn't talk about, and I think I can actually get away with doing it on the other side here. Okay, let's just use some of this space up here. So anyways, there's an indicator, and you see this in New Super Mario Bros. U, and it's just a track that looks like this, and this is a twirl in the air. So as where we've seen the Z-spin trigger, it basically means exactly that. This means do this in the air. So as you jump, we're not on NSMBU. Actually, I can probably switch it over here. So you will see this exclusively in NSMBU. You might see it in 3D World now because you can twirl in 3D World, but this means a midair twirl. So that would be one twirl, not multiple twirls, one twirl. If you need to see them in succession, you'll see 2 or 3 of them at a time. So finally, the last indicator I've kind of been told about is that you hear me complain a lot about it. I wish that Super Mario Maker had an indicator to show you like which thwomps, which horizontal thwomps had a parachute. So basically, this little indicator here looks like an open parachute. People are putting behind their thwomps to indicate that there's a parachute. There's probably different variations towards this, because it's not really a standard indicator at this point in time. Like you may be able to just kind of may be able to do one of these, right? Or even close it off at this point here.
Oops.
You may even be able to close it off at this point here and just call it like a small parachute. So if you're looking to communicate with your players, maybe something to kind of look into. So after it's all said and done, I kind of wanted to talk about the way I built this course, because I like to talk to you guys, and the whole Creator Academy is to share my vision of, making a level with you guys, to show you like what I believe and, what I hope to be as acceptable, ideology when it comes to creating levels. So let's talk about this level. So one of the first things I was inspired by was I've played levels from a creator, I believe the username is Flipface, and he had this really cool bomb Kaizo level in Mario Maker 1. And it involved using a bomb and skipping on the bomb multiple times and sending it in multiple directions. So I thought that was a really good idea. And so we could use the indicators here to kind of show you. So like the first bounce was here, and we want to hit it to the right. Second bounce is here, hit it to the right. Third bounce is actually down here. You want to hit it to the left, and fourth bounce is up here and hit it to the right. So this is kind of what that looks like. And when I always tell people, when you design levels, make a level for you that's fun for you to play. And if you enjoy playing it, other people are going to enjoy playing it as well. So this is kind of what it looks like. So that's 1, 2, 3, and a 4, and then we go up to this section here. So yeah, that's kind of like how it works. I ended up putting like a lot of aesthetic touches in, but I waited until after I built the level to put the aesthetics in. So semi-solids and mostly semi-solids. I put a couple of Podobos in to kind of, just add a little bit of flair. These Podobos serve no actual physical harm potential unless you're already dead. There's no way you're going to land on this note block and not be able to beat the rest of the levels. So the same thing. There's no way you're going to have your Mario at this point and somehow be able to survive. So the Podobos are just like purely aesthetic. Same with these saw blades. Saw blades are aesthetic. I know a lot of people will actually go ahead and put hidden blocks on their tracks like this. and it causes the player, you know, if the player was trying to beat the level in a different way, it just stops them from, you know, being able to use the treadmills that were there for a mechanic purpose or something. So those aren't part of my level. Afterwards, the bomb triggers this setup here. The coin actually drops into here and drops a muncher down onto the bomb, causing this dude to flip up in the air, and we're going to move on to the next section. So one of the things I really like is I love shell jumping. I love shell jump mechanics. So I put a forward shell jump here, and we actually have to run up and grab this beetle. By the time we have to re-catch this white coaster and do a backward shell jump here and collect the coin and move on to the next stage. Another cute little mural aesthetic portraiture. I just had a big block of space in here because I needed to use, I can't remember why I needed to use that. Oh, I actually needed to use it to set off some of the mechanics over here to make sure the mechanics were going off at the right times. But still here, you can see the indicators, right? Shell throw to the right, backward shell throw to the left. We have a Z indicator down here that's featured in the level. We also have checkpoints. We have a shell drop over here. So these are kind of like I said, I'll show you the level clear afterwards, but this is just like a really cool aesthetic thing. Oops, I should probably not start in there. This is just like a really cool aesthetic thing that reminded me of a friend of mine, Tuvok's level that I played once upon a time. I thought it would actually going up 3 high, but I wasn't sure if I was actually able to do that. So I just decided to stay away from it. So we have the shell drop, which is actually one of my favorite shell mechanics. And then we now have the up throw indicator here. And this causes us to knock some pals, which kill the thwomps. I did reward the player early with 3 1-ups, just because I was looking to kill a little bit of space in between here. So for design purposes, we have a cool little bomb. We have a cool little bomb section here where we're going to spin. I put the coin off to the left because I couldn't use arrows with the semi-solid. So this would indicate, you know, that we want to hit the bomb on this side of the bomb, right? Instead of right down the middle or to the left for whatever reason. And we have another right indicator down here. And I used the hidden block indicator to kind of show that off. So this is what this little section here looks like. I'm pretty proud of this level. I like this. This was fun for me to upload. This was fun for me to play. This was fun for me to do. I really enjoyed it a lot. And then we traverse the main world into the subworld. So one thing I've mentioned before is that I really like the idea that a player can like stop and look at something and kind of like get a feel for it. However, in this subworld, everything is kind of like way more, things move a little faster in this subworld because there's nowhere to actually stop. So it's all one kind of short progress. So we have the double bounce indicator here. We have more coin indicators saying to bounce here, and here. The 2 side by side just show you that you can land in basically in the middle. Unfortunately, we can't use, you know, in between blocks. Then we have some more Koopa bounces. Now, it doesn't matter which side you bounce on these Koopas, so there's no coin indicator showing, but this one here does if you have to hit them on the left, and you have to make this height to trigger the thwomp up here to continue on the level. And then one other thing I decided to do is I use the tracks as a guide instead of coin trails. A, it's quieter, you know, and B, it does the same purpose. It just means follow the trail. We have an up arrow, even though I don't think, you probably won't see much of the up arrow, but at least you know you are supposed to go up through the pipe. Mario, get over here. Boop. And then finally we come to the last stretch of the level. And I decided to use the Padobo indicators to show off that there was, you know, Padobos launching out of that section of level. Now there's a Yoshi true ending. I was debating on doing like a double true ending where like you could get Yoshi, you do a shell jump up to get Yoshi, and then do a Yoshi shell jump up, dismount him to do something and get back down and remount him. So that was in the books, but I never really decided to do it. So yeah, that's the level, and that's some of the design philosophy that I used. Alternatively, you can spit the shell on your head for swag points, and just got to make your final jump and you're good to go, right? GG's. So that's the level. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys enjoy it. But I really want to stress to you guys, like, don't be afraid to communicate to the player. You know, like, don't be afraid to tell the player what's coming up. I mean, I don't obviously speak for everybody. but I do believe I speak for, you know, a few people in the Mario community. And I like to believe that this level of communication to say, hey, this is what we expect you to do. And this is how you can achieve that goal. And, you know, it's just so much better. I don't know. Because if I didn't have those there, like, it could be kind of a pain in the butt to try and just figure out those first 4 jumps. Again, there is no wrong way to make a level. You know, make a level that is fun for you. So maybe you don't want indicators, or maybe you don't think people need it, or maybe you want to challenge people to learn how to do that course. That is A-okay. That is 100% fine, you know. But I mean, at least, you know, maybe disengaging blind jumps out of a level. I have a hard time identifying with some of these mechanics, you know, so like blindly jumping off a cliff and then having to hit a 1 block space over here, unless you're doomed, right? I don't know. I can't see the merit in it, but I mean, whatever floats your boat, guys. So that's my little discussion on indicators, and I hope you guys use them in your courses. You guys can always check this course out. Again, it's 9JS F2R WJG. If you're looking for inspiration, or if you're just looking for something to play, if you think this is up your skill check alley, we've had 16 clears, and I wanted to give a shout out to Emazel, who was the first clear. I actually uploaded this and put a tweet out and said, hey, who's going to be the first one to clear? And Emazel was the winner. So GG Emazel, this is your prize. You get a nice big fat shout out, dude. Congratulations to everybody who's played, whether you played it just for a little bit or for a lot of it. And I'm going to show you guys what the clear looks like so you guys can see it. If you guys are looking for a guide how to beat the level, you guys want to try it and play with it for a little bit. This is what the clear looks like. All right, guys, so there you have it. That's what it looks like. That's what the full course clear looks like. Again, hopefully you guys enjoy it. It is pretty challenging. It took me a little bit to get the subworld jump down and the backward shell throw, and then getting the shell drop after everything. But I did try and break it up with checkpoints to make it more friendly, so that the shell drop was introduced after a checkpoint. Now, originally, there was going to be a much longer course, and then I dreaded uploading it, and I thought, you know what, it's not gonna be fun to upload. So I broke it down into smaller chunks. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. That's it. I know it's kind of a shorter episode, but indicators are important. Please use them for the sake of anybody who's trying to enjoy a level. Again, obviously, I feel like I have to make a disclaimer about this to say, like, you don't need to build your level the way I said to. Okay? Thank you. Public service announcement done. But yeah, take time, make your level look pretty, put indicators, you know, teach people how to do it. You know, maybe fiddle with it so the indicators look good with the level as well, and you're not just jamming a bunch of stuff in, you know, all over the place. However you do it, I'm sure you're going to make an amazing level. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. But that's it for this Creator Academy for indicators. If there's a certain topic you guys would like to see me cover in the future for Creator Academy, let me know, and I will do my best to create, you know, a Creator Academy talking about how to build that level or how not to build that mechanic, and we'll go from there. So with that being said, thank you everybody for watching today. Special thank you to everybody whose name is in the backsplash of this video. You guys' contributions are huge. Thank you everybody for hanging out and being a part of this community and, you know, helping me do what I do every day. It's really incredible. Thank you guys so much. If you guys are new to the channel, I encourage you guys to subscribe, hit the bell notifications, stay in touch for uploads. If you like today's video, hit the like button, leave me a comment in the section below. What would you like to see with the community, with the Creator Academy in the future? I'm really liking building levels. It's really fun for me. So if I have a theme to build around, then, you know, I can have a goal in mind for that. And if you guys didn't know, I live stream on twitch.tv/Oshikorosu 5 nights a week, Sunday through Thursday. And that's actually where I built this level, was live on stream with the community there. So, you know, come by, hang out. It's good times, good people. That's it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Be well. Do awesome things. Be a great person. Drink G Fuel. Use code OSHI. And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.